Whoever feel like life hit the brakes just when you were ready to hit the gas? Like you were all set, all prayed up, all worked out, all lined up, and then suddenly pause. Doors that should have opened, didn't. Calls you were waiting for, never came. The spotlight you were chasing never turned your way. And you're sitting there thinking, why the holdup? Let me tell you something from the depths of my soul. Every delay has a purpose. There's no such thing as wasted time in the hands of God. When the world says you're behind, God whispers, you're being built. I've lived long enough to know this. Some delays ain't meant to stop you. They're meant to strengthen you. They're meant to reveal what pressure couldn't, what applause couldn't, what success couldn't. See, when things don't happen on your schedule, you start questioning yourself. You think maybe you're not good enough. Maybe the dream's too big. Maybe you missed your shot. But hear me. The delay isn't a rejection. It's a redirection. Because if you got that blessing too early, it would have crushed you. If you stepped into that stage too soon, you wouldn't have lasted. If they gave you the crown before you carried the cross, you wouldn't have known what to do with it. Sometimes the delay is grace in disguise. You're not being punished, you're being positioned. That no, you heard? That door that slammed? That opportunity that passed? It didn't break you. It built you. It taught you patience. It taught you discipline. It taught you how to hear not yet without falling apart. You don't plant a seed and dig it up every morning to see if it's growing. You trust the soil. You trust the process. You let the roots do their work in the dark. That's what a delay is. It's underground work, silent, invisible, necessary. I've been through delays that made me question if I was even on the right path. But looking back, every delay was protection. Every pause was preparation. Every setback was a setup. You don't always get to control the timing, but you do get to control your response. You can either sit there bitter or grow better. You can either throw in the towel or wipe the sweat and get back up. Because life is not about getting there first. It's about getting there ready. So if you're in a waiting season right now, if you're in a delay, don't curse it. Don't rush it. Don't doubt it. The blessing is not just in the destination, it's in the delay. And one day, when you step into that room, that platform, that relationship, that calling, you'll look back and say, now I get it. The delay wasn't a mistake. It was the making of me. There's something sacred about the work no one sees. That season of silence where you kept showing up, even when it felt like no one cared. You know what I'm talking about. You woke up early, you stayed up late, you practiced, studied, hustled, prayed, sweated, and sacrificed. And still no applause, no recognition, no reward. You wondered if it even mattered. You questioned if all that effort was just drifting into the void. If maybe, just maybe, you were wasting your time. Let me speak directly to your heart right now. Your preparation was not in vain. None of it. Not the quiet hours, not the lonely nights, not the battles you fought behind closed doors. It all counted. See, we live in a world obsessed with results, with the shine, with the finish line. But God watches the reps. He sees the discipline in the dark. He honors the work done in the shadows long before the lights come on. Think about the iceberg. What you see above the surface is only 10% of what's really there. That other 90%, the weight, the substance, the stability, it's all below, in the unseen. That's what your preparation is. It's your foundation. And if you're building something that's meant to last, you better believe that foundation has to be strong. I remember being in auditions early in my career, not knowing if I was good enough, getting turned away with a smile and a, "We'll let you know." But you know what I did after that? I went home and studied harder. I rehearsed longer. I read plays no one asked me to read. I practiced monologues in the mirror when no casting director was watching. Because deep down, I knew the stage would come. But who I became before it arrived, that was the real win. It's in the prep that you find your strength. It's in the repetition that you form your character. Anyone can shine once. But can you withstand the pressure when it's your turn in the spotlight? Can you carry what you've been praying for? Don't mistake being unseen for being unworthy. Don't let a quiet season make you doubt your voice. You were never waiting on the opportunity. The opportunity was waiting on you to become who you needed to be. Think of a tree. Before it bears fruit, it grows roots. Before it stretches into the sky, it digs into the ground. If you cut it open too soon, you'll kill what was meant to feed generations. Some of you are in root seasons, and that's okay. That's necessary. You're learning things you didn't even know you'd need. You're building strength in muscles you didn't know existed. You're being prepared for things bigger than your current vision. And when the time comes, when the doors open, when the light hits your face, when the world finally sees what you've been building in the dark, you won't walk through that door questioning whether or not you're ready. You'll know. You'll feel it in your chest, in your bones, because you didn't skip the process. You embraced it. You gave your all when there was no guarantee. And now you're stepping into the reward, not just for what you did, but for who you became in the doing. You didn't waste a thing. Your preparation was the prophecy. You just didn't know you were walking in it all along. This moment right here, the one you're standing in, this isn't just coincidence. This isn't just finally. This is the answer. The answer to every night you questioned your path. The answer to every tear you cried in secret. The answer to every time you watched someone else succeed and whispered, "When is it going to be my turn?" It's easy to forget in the grind that something bigger is unfolding. It's easy to think you're stuck when, in truth, you're being shaped. And then suddenly the light changes, the room shifts, the opportunity presents itself. And the question isn't, can I do this? The question becomes, are you ready to receive what you prayed for? And you know what? You are. Because you've been rehearsing in silence. You've been sharpening your character when no one was watching. You've been lifting weights no one ever gave you credit for. And now this moment, this exact second in time is rising to meet you, because what you're standing in is what you were standing for. The job interview, the platform, the breakthrough, the dream, the healed relationship, the stage you almost gave up on. It's not showing up by accident. It's showing up on schedule. You didn't just stumble here. You were carried here by grace, by grit, by faith. And when people ask you later, how did you make it? How did you know what to do when the moment came? You'll smile because you know you were made for this. You were born into it through the waiting, through the silence, through the rejection, through the nights when quitting felt easier than holding on. You're not lucky. You're equipped. This moment didn't come to surprise you. It came to confirm you. You didn't just arrive at your destiny. You became the person who could handle it. And when the door opened, you didn't hesitate. You didn't apologize. You didn't shrink. You stood up and walked in like you belonged there, because you do. You see, moments like this, they don't reward talent alone. They reward endurance. They reward obedience to the quiet whisper in your soul that said, keep going. And now the time you thought you lost was really time you were investing. Now the tears you thought were wasted watered something deep inside of you. And the version of you who almost quit, they didn't know this day was coming, but you held the line for them. You kept going for them. You believed for them. Now here you are. This moment is not the end. It's the start of everything that was promised. You're not standing in luck. You're standing in answered prayers. And what a beautiful thing it is to realize the moment you've been waiting for was waiting on you. So now you know the delay wasn't punishment. It was preparation. The waiting wasn't wasted. It was working. And this moment is not just about breakthrough. It's about becoming. You've cried the tears. You've walked the lonely road. You've endured the silence. And still, you never folded. You kept your faith when the world gave you nothing to hold on to but a whisper. You kept walking when the path disappeared beneath your feet. You didn't break, you built. And now, you don't need validation. You don't need permission. You don't need someone to tell you it's your time. You are the proof. Your life is the evidence. You're not just walking into the moment. You are the moment. So hold your head high. Walk in the room like you were sent there. Speak like your words carry weight because they do. Live like your breath has purpose because it does. The delay was never the end of your story. It was the chapter that made this one possible. And now that the page has turned, write boldly, live loudly, and walk fully like someone who knows this moment was worth every second of the wait.